You understand? That deal is like all the other things that these people do. These
Sorry, I'm a
people
little late, guys.
either hate our country or they're very stupid. And I don't believe they're stupid because nobody can cheat on elections like they cheat and be stupid. They either hate our country or they're stupid. So remember what I said because nobody wants to report it. They were selling the wall for 5 cents on the dollar and trying to resell it back to us for 200 cents or less, but for 200 cents on the dollar. That's a nice return.
Mr. President, the Capitol Police
Stop putting fact checks.
Hey, Marita.
Post on its website.
Say it.
That is secretary was stop putting fact checks on its website and instead of
Hat tip to RSBN. That's what we're watching.
I thought it was a very good news conference. I think they've come a long way. Meta, Facebook. I think they've come a long
Hey,
way. I
Bam.
watched it. The man was very impressive. I watched it. Actually, I watched it on Fox. I'm not allowed to say that.
No,
Say
I'll
it.
just say
he's
that.
directly responding to the threats that you have made to him in the past.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
The last time you were here, you were asked a question about the U.S. possibly launching a preemptive strike on Iran. You said you wouldn't answer that question.
On who?
Obviously, on Iran. The U.S. launching a preemptive strike on Iran's nuclear facilities.
And I said, I don't talk about it.
That's understandable, but it is a legitimate question. It's something that,
Well, it's not really, because only a stupid person would answer it. Look, it's a military strategy, and I'm not answering your questions on military strategy. All right, one more. Brian, go ahead. Brian?
Could you give us a preview of what you might be talking to leaders of Congress who are expected to come here in the next couple of days? And you've got a very supportive Congress behind you.
They're great. So we have a wonderful Republican Congress. We have a leader that I have a lot of confidence in. I think he's going to be hopefully a great leader, a great speaker. And we have a leader, by the way, in the Senate I think has been great. John Thune has been doing a fantastic job. But it goes through the House first. And the question is whether or not we do the two bills or one bill. And, look, I can live either way. I like the idea of the one big bill, but I can live either way. But they'll be coming down. The senators also will be coming down. And then ultimately we'll be meeting in the White House in a few weeks. But right now, this is the winter season. They sort of call this the winter White House. It was built, I don't know if you know this, Marjorie Meriwether Post and E.F. Hutton built this. It was the greatest of all the estates in our
It's
country.
amazing.
And I saved it, and I got a lot of credit for saving it. Most of these big, great houses have been knocked down in Palm Beach. Just about all of them, actually.
Like Rush
And
Limbaugh's
they've built
house.
10 mansions on one site, but we saved it. But this was built as the Southern White House, and she gave it to the government. And, by the way, Jimmy Carter gave it back. He said it's too expensive for the United States. So I didn't realize that.
I didn't know that was actually the Southern
Jimmy
White
Carter-
House.
Nixon
Wow,
was
mind
through Watergate. He came
blown.
down. Nixon came here
cool.
once. And he thought it was incredible, but he had a thing called Watergate, if anybody remembers that. And so he had other things on his mind, to put it mildly. And Jimmy Carter felt that it was too extravagant for the country. So fortunately for me, he gave it back to the foundation, and I bought it from the foundation.
Mr. President, on reconciliation, some Republicans saying in trade for a massive bill that you and they share the interest in, they want to see big spending cuts. Do you agree with that? And what would
Well, I'm okay with
beyond
spending.
green-
I like spending cuts. I'm on the record for spending cuts. And the debt ceiling was given to us. It shouldn't have been, but it was put in our lap. And what I want in terms of debt ceiling isn't the ceiling. I just don't want to see a default. That's all I want. I never talked about spending more money necessarily than all I want to see is no default. Because nobody knows what would happen if there was a default. It could be 1929 and it could be nothing. But that was put into our lap. And it shouldn't have been, but it was. And so we'll handle it. But debt ceiling is not about raising a lot of money. It's really just about extending it. I just want to see an extension.
Mr. President, sir, on immigration, how much can you do by executive order? Are you planning to do on executive order when it comes to immigration? And how much do you want Congress to tackle this issue? And also on day one,
Well, I had the
what
safest
executive
border
orders are
in the
you
history of our
planning?
country by far. You remember the famous chart that I brought down. I love that chart very much for a lot of reasons. But I have the safest border by far in the history of our country. And when I took it over, it was a mess. Nothing like it is now. This is 10 times worse. I got elected because of the border the first time. And I think I got elected largely because of the border the third time. And the second time I did equally well. Well, not as well as the last time, but I did very well. And I will say this was too big to rig. You know the expression, too big to rig. They couldn't do it. They tried, but they couldn't do it. I didn't get very much from Congress at all. I just said that we're being invaded, and I took the money out of the military. Much of the wall, I built over 500 miles of wall. Much of that wall was built through money that I put into the military. We took it out because we couldn't get things from Congress in those days, and we took it out. And that wall was built largely with money coming from the military. So, very simple. I went to the military. I said, our country is being invaded by very similar, nothing like what's invading our country now. They weren't releasing prisons into our country, and they weren't releasing mental institutions in, but some bad dudes were coming in, right? And I said, our country is being invaded. And I took that money largely from the military. I was sued 9 times by the Democrats in Congress, and I won all those suits. And we ended up building 571 miles of wall. Once that wall was built, they start going around it. So we're going to add another 200. That would have been up in 3 weeks. And then we had a very unfortunate election result. And they said, we don't want to put it up. We'll sell it. And they started selling it for 5 cents on the dollar. What a second. So we'll do this again. I just want to thank everybody very much. I'm just telling you, this will be the golden age of America. This is the golden age of America. We're going to have a great country again. We're a country right now under siege. We have so many different problems, and nobody respects us overseas, but now they do. The Italian prime minister, as you know, came here the other night, just flew in and flew out. She wanted to see me. And great respect is being shown when I went to the cathedral in France. Great respect was shown by the prime minister, the president, by everybody. France was, and by the way, I have to say they did a great job in the cathedral. But great respect is being shown to our country again. And we have a great country, but we have to run it properly. It's going to be run properly. We want to get back those hostages for Israel and for us. You know, we do have people that are hostages being held. And I'll just say it again. If this deal's not done with the people representing our nation, by the time I get to office, all hell is going to break out. Thank you very much.
And there he goes. Yeah, he's not talking to you clowns. And he's gone. Our President Trump. I'll be wearing my MAGA hat all week. I don't care if it clashes with my outfit. It's kind of like a burst of happiness and joy as I wait for January 20th. January 20th can't come fast enough. Hello, music. And yeah, Canada is falling apart at the seams as they realize that they're being run by a narcissistic dictator. So, Justin, bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's crazy. The world is crazy right now, and all heralded on the re-election of President Trump, something that should have happened 4 years ago. And the lies about that are being revealed every single day. Every single day. So much going on. So I learned something new from President Trump. I didn't know that Mar-a-Lago, which is actually built by the Post family, Serial Post, Marjorie Post, gave it to our government as the Southern White House. And our government didn't want it. How funny. Hi, Brenda. It's just so crazy, right? The things that happen and the coincidences, and how many coincidences are there? Yes, golden era of America sounds good to me too, music. I am so excited. I do live chats every day, music, so welcome to the Beach Report. I take you guys to the beach as often as I can, but sometimes we got to stop what we're doing and we got to watch President Trump. So I'm I'm all about learning what's going on from the horse's mouth because you can't trust the news at all. I am also a real journalist. I went to journalism school all the way back in 1987, and I practiced journalism the way that it should be practiced, to no benefit of myself. I'm not biased, but I see the bias is so strong on the left that I have to take a right-leaning stance. I just do because right is right. It just is what it is. The left is bonkers, and I can't believe anybody believes a word that they say, but they do. So it's really weird. Sometimes I read the news to you guys, and one thing I wanted to tell you about today is the fact that the Facebook fact checkers are gonzo, done with those people. Hello, Indonesia. Yes, he does. He keeps us informed, Bam. You're right. And he does it face to face directly. Unlike the last administration that was run by the potato, and the potato didn't ever tell us anything. Instead, he sent his mop-haired puppet to lie to us continuously and chastise us when we didn't believe the lies. Oh, I have an angry Shih Tzu in the other room. Did you hear that? Woof, woof, woof. I'm going to come back later because I have a lot I want to discuss with you guys. Besides, I'm working on my third book. I am really on a tear right now, and I like to read it to you guys. It really helped me the second time in publishing my second book, reading it to you live. So I'll be reading my third book. I'm working on the first 4 chapters, I think I've already read to you. And I'm also reading another book that I want to retool that was written by a woman who is no longer with us, my friend's mom. So anyway, I am going to say ciao for now, but no, Marita, we can't trust Zuckerberg, that's for sure. Although he did go to the Southern White House and he kissed the ring, but that doesn't mean anything because he's a total liar, and we know this. And this is the reason that I'm not really on Facebook anymore. I'm only using Facebook so that people from Facebook will come over to my YouTube channel because I'm never going to make any money on Facebook. They demonetized me. They called me a schmexual predator. I mean, it's not what the Beach Report is about. They're liars and they defamed me, and I'm done with Facebook. But that doesn't mean I'm really done because I'm using them now. Although I love my Facebook family, and most all of you, we got together on Facebook, so I can't put it down that hard. And but I'm glad that you're here. So yeah, I think you're right, Music. He was kissing up to avoid a penalty. And they have cloning and other weird things are going on with Instagram as well, but also with Facebook, they've got all these weird like groups making these horrible, I'm talking hate speech, and I used to report it, but now I know there's no, reporting it is just a waste of my time because they don't care, but their hate speeches, it's nasty, and it's being put out there by these bots on a daily, hourly basis, maybe, I don't know, but you can't trust Facebook. Facebook is yesterday. The future is YouTube right now. I'm loving YouTube, and people are telling me I should go to Rumble. Well, that's really hard for me to use. And Rumble now is putting ads on everything. I know Facebook does too, and I know you got to buy a subscription. So if you're going to buy a subscription, I bought my subscription to YouTube. I don't have enough to do it also for Rumble. So I'm a YouTube girl, and now they're paying me. But yes, lots of neat people hear music. I totally agree. I hope you will subscribe and become part of my YouTube family. We have a lot of fun here on the face. We have a lot of fun here on the Beach Report. Miss Muffin, my Shih Tzu, she's angry with me because I have to feed her again. She wants second lunch. which is fine because she's little and skinny and she needs her strength. We just pulled her back from the brink with a bout of kidney disease scare, but she's okay now. You can hear that's not a sick dog screaming for food. All right, I gotta go. This dog is like getting very angry with me. I know, right? Right, Bam? This is what we want. We want a dog yelling at me for food. I love it. All right, you guys. Yes, second lunch. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next beach report later today, so stay tuned. We'll be back. Have a blessed day. You too. Welcome, music therapy. And you're right, music is definitely therapy. And everyone knows Muff rules. All right, you guys. Ciao.